All right, we're live. Welcome back, man. What a hectic week we took last week off. It was a good idea. Good because Thanksgiving Day hangover. A lot of stuff happened within that last week and this week, and a lot has happened today that we'll get into.
Yeah, that.
This is the 1st of December.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is
Yeah.
almost here,
Mhm.
man. And the year, man, this went by fast.
It has zipped by the first year of Trump's presidency.
I know, man. I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
Oh, geez. First year in the history books. In the freaking history books. Here's to 7 more.
Yep.
Get started with stuff that happened last week. A lot of stuff has happened from last week to this week. Let's get with the big thing that happened last week. The whole some of the celebrity deaths that happened last week. David Cassidy passed away. Ron Howard's father and Clint Howard's father, Pastor Grant. I'm trying to think who else.
Malcolm Young from AC/DC.
Yes, Malcolm Young passed away.
Yeah,
and I get already passed away. Charles Manson passed away. The cult leader that didn't really kill anybody, but had people kill for him, which is just as even worse than him pulling the trigger or stabbing.
Well, you could say that. You could say he was a celebrity. I mean, because he was like the first celebrity mass murderer, or not mass murderer, but I mean, you could say he was the first celebrity cultist, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah, and he also wrote songs for the Beach Boys.
He did.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man. But I'm surprised people from the left hasn't been, crying their eyes out about that, because he is basically the, king of Antifa.
Yeah.
He's the original social justice warrior. Surprised nobody been crying over it. I'm sure some people did. Wouldn't surprise me. But I say
he's a pretty bizarre guy, and his interviews were very bizarre. The interviews that he gave and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jim Neighbors passed away yesterday.
Jim Neighbors.
Yeah.
Golly. I can't do it.
Yep.
Golly.
But
that was great. Yeah, Jim Neighbors. Man, a lot of celebrities has died this past year.
That only leaves, let's see, 2 original surviving main cast members of the Andy Griffith Show. Ron
Howard
and Thelma Lou, or the actress who played Thelma Lou, whose real name is Betty Lynn.
Really? Thelma Lou's still alive?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that. But yeah, a lot has happened. Let's see here. Let's try to roll back a week. Trump pardoned a turkey. That was epic.
Yep.
There it is. Unfortunately, the District 9 court overturned that pardon, and unfortunately, it was eaten on Thanksgiving.
Oh. Poor turkey.
Oh man, no, that was a joke. People, don't get on me. It was a joke. Oh man, let's see here. What else happened last week? I think that's pretty much it that happened last week. I don't think there was a major thing happened, but earlier this week something huge happened, and we'll definitely and we have to get into this. Matt Lauer Lauer is fired
from NBC.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God, because I absolutely hated Matt Lauer. I could not stand Matt Lauer. I mean, when I heard the news that because I was getting my phone and looked through the Twitter feed and what came across it, and they said Matt Lauer, I was like, oh my God. And he was just on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade last week. So basically what Matt Lauer did, he from various news reports that he sent sex toys to coworkers. He also had a button in his office that can lock the door.
Yeah.
Man, Matt Lauer. Oh,
man.
There's Lale.
Yeah, I heard that too. He had a button under his desk or somewhere that would lock the door.
I mean, who does he think he is? Bill Clinton?
He's a Bond villain. He's a Bond villain.
Yeah,
what is. A dang.
He's like, ooh, I'm going to trap you into my office right now. Oh, man. And did you hear about the whole sex toy thing? He, like, sent his coworkers sex toys?
I heard he had sent somebody sex toys or something about, yeah. Well, there you go. Hypocrisy again at its best.
Yep, definitely. Oh, but he wasn't the only one that was fired. Garrison Keillor apparently was fired. You know, he was kind of the humorist, as it were. And he apparently had some sex scandals on him, and he was fired from whatever position he had. So
yeah, and it's great to see mainstream media getting its comeuppance.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Fake news.
Even
well, it ain't fake. It ain't fake when it happens to you, is it?
And when their own people, when their own
Stephanopoulos be named.
Go ahead.
And let's see. Also, earlier this week, President Trump had the Navajo code talkers at the White House. And he made a joke about Pocahontas. About Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
And of course,
you know that I love that because it rhymed. He said there's a senator in Congress named Pocahontas. It's like, you know, Dr. Seuss Trump style. I mean, come on.
But
funny.
Yeah.
But
you know.
Yeah, mainstream. Charlie Rose actually got fired last
Oh, that too.
week.
Yeah, Charlie Rose. Yeah.
Harassment.
That too.
So if you and I posted this on Facebook, if you see the big picture in all this, it's Hollywood being exploited about sex scandals after sex scandals. Congress now with John Conyers. John Conyers and Al Franken. And now with the mainstream media. That is the big three that was so anti-Trump.
Mm-hmm.
The big three that was anti-Trump. And now everybody calls it the Trump curse. # Trump curse. I mean, it's happening, folks. And I'm wondering is like how much of that is influenced by Trump, because he was basically the media mogul. He knew everybody in Congress. He knew everybody in the mainstream media. He knows everybody in Hollywood. I want to feel like, you know, punt out a little bits and pieces of this and just freaking explode this up.
That's why he knows how to deal with them, see? Because he knows these people. He knows how to deal with them.
Exactly. He's been dealing with it 40 years or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he knows their tactics. He knows what they'll try and do.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, the Pocahontas thing, that was just hilarious. And by the way, one of the Navajo code talkers was interviewed, and he said, you know, I don't know if it was necessarily an appropriate thing for him to say, but he said also when they pushed us out of the planes, they made us yell Geronimo, and I wasn't offended by that.
Mm-hmm. And then you have Pocahontas coming out and saying that's a racial slur. I'm like, how is Pocahontas a racial slur?
Well, no, it's not.
It just amazes me how these people go. It's like, you know, if I call, you know, Henry fat boy, that's a racial slur. It's like it's insane. So insane.
I also read where,
and I won't call you fat boy, Henry. It was just an example.
Oh, I know.
I also read where if you type in Pocahontas, that what's her face's one of her sites comes up.
Yeah, it's Pocahontas.com, and it's Elizabeth Warren's site.
So how could that makes no sense to say if she's using it herself.
Oh no, somebody actually registered that under her site, so she's not using it as herself.
The problem is,
okay.
And plus, you have a Disney movie that says Pocahontas. Is that racial? Is that a racial movie now? Is that a racist movie?
Yeah. Here's the thing: we have a woman who is blue-eyed, blonde-haired. She's 1/32nd Cherokee. About the closest she is to Indian is her great-great-great-great-grandfather shot one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Sarah Huckabee Sanders' response instead. I think most people are more offended by her using her native heritage trying to get ahead in life. That's that's the gist of what she said. That was a great response by Sarah Sanders.
I agree.
This Warren, she committed cultural appropriation to try and get different positions.
She did
things like that. She tried to listen.
She did. I mean,
a minority.
She did.
That's like saying I found out that I'm like 1/4 black, and me saying I'm black on my college application. And they come after me and say, "Oh, you're a racist."
She said she claimed she was Cherokee. She said, "I am Cherokee." That's what Elizabeth Warren said. So, just crazy. Oh, and by the way, there is a positive byproduct to what happened with Pocahontas. Keith Olbermann decided to end the resistance on GQ.
That was great. I love it. I mean, to be honest with you, I think he ended it because no one was watching him, and he just needed an excuse for him to end it.
Yeah.
So he used that Pocahontas thing as an excuse. Oh my gosh.
But he comes up with these seven possible ways that Trump can be removed from office.
Yeah. What fantasy land is he in?
Yeah, really.
He's nothing impeachable. I saw, and I cannot remember who or what group posted it, but a while ago I saw a post that basically said, Trump's not right for the job, so let's impeach him.
Oh, this idiot Joe Scarborough, he goes on his show. Now this was after. Now listen, this was after they've been caught. Now listen to this. They had been caught pre-taping a show. They pre-taped
for the Thanksgiving day. For Thanksgiving.
Yes, they pre-taped the show. So
my God.
So that's fake news. That is absolute fake news. And then he comes out, I guess it was yesterday morning or this morning, talking about how unhinged and how mentally unstable Trump is.
Oh, that's because Trump tweeted out about Joe Scarborough's intern, and she like mysteriously died. And they're like pointing the finger at Joe Scarborough for this.
Oh,
but man, these people are unhinged.
They're the ones that are unhinged, not President Trump.
That's right.
And the narrative is that Trump can be impeached by the 25th Amendment. He's not capable. He's not mentally there. He's, got dementia. He's got Alzheimer's or anything. But the thing is that they need a 51 vote. President has to vote. And, if the vice president votes, he's going to vote, hopefully no. But if he votes yes, then that's going to be a huge problem because, Pence, bought into the establishment.
Mm-hmm. It would be a problem. It absolutely would. I mean, we can only encourage the vice president to stick to his guns and realize that this man is not mentally unstable. That there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
Trump is one of the smartest people around. In all actuality, I mean, there's a million super smart, successful people on the earth, but Trump is one of them, and Trump knows the world. Like you were saying before, he knows Hollywood, he knows Congress, the folks there. He knows.
He donated half. You know, he donated money to half of these people.
Yep.
And well, yeah, but he also has built businesses all around the world. He knows how the governments of China and Japan and the whole world, he knows how their governments work and what they respect, what they don't respect.
Yeah, that's true.
He is ahead of the game.
Yeah, he is.
In so many ways. He knows how to deal with these people.
Mm-hmm.
From experience.
Yeah.
You know, so
What was I gonna say?
the liberals are scared to death that the world's gonna be a better, happier place, and they just can't stand it.
Well, there's the 4 Ds of leftism: deceive, deny, deflect, delay. Those are the 4 Ds that you have to remember about these people. And I can tell you that a lot of their tactics have been exposed in Mark Dice's new book, The True Story of Fake News, especially the strategies of fake news. And of it, not only he talks about YouTube, he talks about Twitter, he talks about Facebook. Now, if Twitter were to pull the trigger and say, okay, we're going to ban Trump once and for all from Twitter, he would go over to Gab, and Gab would have a much higher presence in social media. Just by him going on there, just by him joining Gab.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead and join Gab and start ciphering away people from Twitter.
I'm not on Twitter, and I've never heard of Gab.
Gab is like Twitter.
Yeah, I see.
Because
but they don't.
Twitter, regularly suspends and bans conservatives.
Yeah.
They say, well, I mean, I know somebody right now who's been suspended banned for about a week because of some stuff she put on her Twitter, political stuff.
Yeah, and Roger Stone's another one, and he's actually in the process of suing Twitter, and I hope he wins, because if he sues Twitter, and he says himself that if he sues Twitter, he's going to own Twitter, and if Roger Stone owns Twitter, that's going to be epic. I would love to see that happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, because they are being very unfair, obviously.
And he doesn't need to just sue Twitter. He needs to sue Facebook. He needs to sue Google. He needs to sue all these giant tech monopolies that basically doesn't allow anyone in their little tech club, I guess you can call it, and have people like Gab trying to form, and have Google not even carry the Gab app anymore, or have Apple not carry the.
You're breaking up, Shane.
It's the Russians again.
Yeah, Google, it's them. Shame on them. Hi, YouTube. Hi, Google. We know you're watching.
Oh yeah, YouTube and Google. I mean, they are into like censorship and all that. I mean, yeah, because of course, obviously, YouTube is owned by Google, so.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, we have so much. All these social media platforms are owned by the left. That's the problem. Well, most of them are. I'm not sure who owns Gab or vid.me or whatever, but they seem to have much more. They seem to offer much more freedoms to individuals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gab, vid.me, and some of these other platforms, which they're lesser known. These are lesser known platforms.
Priority 5. Yeah, that's because Google and YouTube tries to keep them down.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't want the competition. They know if they have competition, they're going to lose. They're going to end up losing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they do.
Let's see here. Let's get to the big story that happened today, which is Flynn. Michael Flynn is ready to testify, and apparently apparently the whole thing is that he lied to the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
Again. So basically, he's saying that when President Trump was President-elect Trump, he was told to start calling Russia and start calling all these other foreign countries to set up meetings, which is, legal to do.
Yeah.
He had every right to do that. But now they're saying that he lied to the FBI and that Flynn is going to throw Trump under the bus and Trump's getting ready to locked up. I don't believe that.
The left is salivating over this. They're just salivating. They're like, "Oh yes, this
okay, first
our chance."
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a nothing burger again, just like with the Paul Manafort case. And that was a nothing burger. This is going to be a nothing burger. I don't see Flynn throwing Trump under the bus. I don't see that happening. Could be wrong, but what do you guys think? What do you think might happen?
I think you're right. I think it will be once again a nothing burger, but we're still going to have the fake news saying, "Well, this is the chance. This is finally it."
The thing, if I was the fake news and if I was the Hollywood celebrities, I'd be worried about the sexual assault cases that's presenting against you guys.
Yeah.
Instead of worrying about the fake Russia shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
But go ahead.
They're going to push off and try to ignore the sexual assault charges as much as they can and keep it on the down low and push the Russia thing because that is scarier to their snowflake liberal.
Yeah. I agree with you, Lo. They're going to use this whole Russia thing as a distraction away from the Matt Lauers, away from the Harvey Weinsteins, away from the Al Frankens and John Connors. They're going to use that as a distraction because they know that if any more of them sexual assault or sexual harassment cases rise up, they're done for. They're completely done for. They're on the bridge. They're on the brink right now. But if there's any more, they're completely done for. And more people's coming out saying that Al Franken groped them. So, where's Nancy Pelosi calling for his resignation? Where's all these other congressmen saying that he's guilty and he should be prosecuted and everything like they did with Roy Moore?
Yeah.
Where's all that? I mean, at least with Al Franken, there's photographic evidence. Roy Moore, I don't see any concrete evidence with that.
But if you notice, it seems like the Roy Moore stuff has died down, at least temporarily.
Yeah, it has. And I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say I think he's got it in the bag. I think he's going to win.
I think so, too. I think he's going to win that race.
The only thing they can do is try to scream out of it. I do see that happening.
Yeah. Well, McConnell is threatening not to seat him, but legally he can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, McConnell needs to sit down and shut the hell up. So he's good.
He needs to be gone. Him and Paul Ryan needs to be gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Such high hopes for Paul Ryan, and he just didn't deliver.
Oh, I didn't have any high hopes. See, I don't put my faith in politicians, so I have no high hopes for any of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I always hope, but hope springs eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else.
So a big court case happened last night in San Francisco.
Yeah.
With Kate Steinle, the whole Kate's law that is trying to be passed, and hopefully it will. So San Francisco found the illegal alien who killed Kate not guilty. A freaking shock to me. But after thinking about it, it's San Francisco, and they have it out for Trump and his hard immigration stance. So that whole not guilty verdict was freaking political to the max.
I have to agree with that. I mean, the guy was guilty as hell, but yet, they can't find him.
He admitted he did it.
There you go.
Yeah.
The
only thing they got him for is him having a gun. That's the only thing they got him for.
Yeah, weapons charge, and that's about it. That's probably all they'll convict him on, too. If they convict him at all, of course. And
yeah, I mean, could you imagine if the victim was black and the killer was white, and how all them riots and things that happened? Where's all the riots for her at? Where's all the protesting for her at?
Yep,
exactly.
It's just absolutely.
Well, that's because decent conservative people don't go out and burn towns and cars and loot and demolish.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's no rioting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree, Lael. I think you're right. I mean,
well,
it's
I do have some good news about this, and this is just came across the wire a few hours ago. DOJ is putting out an arrest warrant for him, the one that killed Kate.
Really?
Yeah,
for the guy. Yeah. Attorney General Jeff Sessions means business when it comes to enforcing immigration law. Guilty verdict handed down Thursday in the Kate Steino murder case. Sessions Justice Department unsealed an arrest warrant for her killer, illegal alien Jose Inez Garcia Zate. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're getting an arrest warrant for him.
Good. I'm glad that Sessions is at least doing that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Finally, hopefully, Kate's father and mother will have some closure and some justice.
Well, they deserve it. They
absolutely
deserve it. I mean, their daughter did nothing wrong, but yet she has her life taken away from her by this illegal.
He was deported, 5-6 times already, and he coming back in.
Yeah. And this is not the first time. This is not the first time that an illegal has committed murder in this country. There have been other, cases. I can remember about 20 years ago, there was a case of, it was an illegal, he was basically using the railroads. He was traveling from town to town by a freight train. And he was going around and going to different towns killing people. They finally caught him. I think they caught him in Texas. So, so this is not an unprecedented thing. This has happened before. It's unfortunate.
Oh, it happened a lot. And think about how many illegals drunk driving have killed people. And not that American citizens don't drink and drive and kill people too, but if you're not supposed to be here, that's even worse in a sense.
It is. It is. I can tell you, my friend Monica Rollins, her son was killed by an illegal who was just running a red light. She was trying to get from one point to the other. And they basically let her off with a slap on the wrist. And that pissed me off because, I mean, Monica's son deserved better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, this kind of shit happens all the time, and these illegals are coddled by these leftist activist judges.
Yep. And then not only that, you have the sanctuary cities that's happening, popping up all over these Democratic cities.
I saw a post earlier, and I believe
something to deal with.
I saw a post earlier, and I believe it was Trump that said it, but I cannot be certain. But the post said San Francisco killed Kate Steinle, and yesterday they spit on her grave.
Mm-hmm. Well, it wouldn't shock me if he did say that.
Exactly. It was a prominent figure that said it, and I believe it was Trump, but I could be wrong. I'm scrolling and looking for it, but because I liked it. I hit like on it, but it's the truth. They killed her. That city got her killed.
That story has his blood on their hands.
And they have. Yes, I agree.
Absolutely. I mean, it was just. I mean, where does California go from here? I mean, I think they're so.
Feed. Jesus Christ! Get rid of them.
I mean, I'm just thinking back to Lex Luthor, and I'm like, Lex, I might steal your idea and use the San Andreas fault and shift California off the fault line and make my own new West Coast. I'll even have Otisburg.
I agree. I agree. There's a lot of wonderful people in California, but give them some warning. Let them
get out. Yeah, let them get out first.
Dump the rest.
Is there hope for California at this point, or are they hopeless?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so sad.
I would love to believe there's some hope for them. I hope some people wanting to change California run and change California for the better.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems hopeless, though. It really does, as far as for California.
It just keeps getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why they're called the land of fruits and nuts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And why they're called Kookyfornia also.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't drag me out there.
Yeah, I would not go to California at all.
Well, the only reason I went was to, knock off an item off my bucket list,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Willow Creek is a hippie town. It really is.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm sure that's the pot capital of the world right there.
Yeah, go to Willow Creek. I might do something like that. But just to go to Hollywood and all of that, I don't care that much about it. If I did go to California, I'd want to see the mountains and the country, not the city and all that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. So let's go to Congress. There's some shady stuff going in Congress with John Conyers and Al Franken. Now, I think he's resigned, and he's not going to run up. He's not going to be run up for re-election next year. So that's a couple of people down. A lot of people not up for re-election, not deciding not to run for re-election, which is a win for us because it's the people that we don't like. Like Bob Corker, Jeff Flake, John Conyers, and now I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people. But I see a double standard with John Conyers and Al Franken. You have Nancy Pelosi saying that John Conyers must resign and all that, and she kind of took up for Al Franken a little bit. and she didn't call for his resignation. I don't think hardly anyone called for his resignation on the Democratic side. Maybe even on the Republican side too. I haven't heard much about that, but a lot of people is calling for his resignation. That's not affiliated with the political spectrum. And Al Franken, he's sticking in there for some reason, and more people keep on coming out and saying that he groped them and sexually assaulted or harassed them.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was going to bring up about John Conyers. Apparently, I mean, he's discussing whether or not to resign. He stepped down. He stepped down from this committee. There was a committee that he was on.
Yeah. Now I think I heard a few days ago that he was hospitalized. Is he still in the hospital, or is he out?
I don't know. According to an article from Time Magazine, an attorney for Michigan Representative John Conyers says the congressman will discuss in the coming days whether to resign following allegations of sexual misconduct. But Arnold Reed told a news conference Friday that the health of the 88-year-old Conyers will be the paramount consideration in the decision and not pressure from Washington politicians. Reed says that he'll be meeting with Conyers' doctors to assess his health after a second round of medical tests. Ads in my head. Okay, Conyers has been hospitalized since Wednesday evening. Reed also stressed that Conyers continues to deny that he sexually harassed anyone. Well, the man, he paid a woman off. Mm-hmm. I mean, that should be an indicator right there that, yeah, there's some shenanigans going on there.
Yeah. And it was not just one. I think it was multiple women, too.
I believe so, yeah.
Well, and if he's in the hospital, he can say that's why he's resigning, because he's sick, not because
of the sexual harassment charges.
Yeah.
Good cover. That's a good cover.
Right.
It is.
Even though it's probably a little lie that we probably already aware of, but let's see here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's the thing. The left, they like to have their cover stories and things like that.
Yeah.
So
the NFL is instant.
The oldest. It's the oldest trick in the book. CYA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's a little trouble in the NFL. Actually, a lot of trouble. I think. Yes, last night there was a game with the Cowboys and some other team. The stadium was half empty. It was Cowboys versus Redskins, and you know people they love their Cowboys, they love their Redskins. You think there'd be jam packed, but empty seats, a lot of empty seats.
Well, it's to be expected. I mean, if you're going to have a corporation, which is what the NFL is, let's just be honest, it's a corporation, which is alienating its customers, alienating half the country, then they should expect to pay the piper, as it were.
Yep.
There should be, it should send a message to the NFL, but I mean, they're not getting it.
No, they're not. They're not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
They are not getting it whatsoever. They just.
I was thinking earlier, the regular, hard-working, Bible-thumping, gun-toting people of America.
Mm-hmm.
Elected Trump.
Yep.
And remember a few years ago when they were taking Duck Dynasty off the air because it was too spiritual and religious and godly.
Yeah.
Well,
we can't have the glorification of Christianity. We got to scrape that off the TV. Well, just like they did with Tim Tebow, they screwed him.
Exactly. But in a few months, the Dynasty was back on the air. Now, us regular gun-toting, Bible-thumping Americans have about done away with the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and not only this, an article from Breitbart, and this is really, really eye-opening. Anthem Miller says NFL is ciphering from breast cancer and military donations to give social justice causes. All right, so the NFL's $89 million pledge to fund social justice causes comes at the expense of the league's support for breast cancer and military charities. The protesting player kneeling for the national anthem longer than any other active athlete claims. In the discussion that we had, Malcolm Jenkins conveyed to us, based on discussions that he had with the NFL, that they would come from funds that already allocated to breast cancer awareness and salute to the service. That's a military charity. San Francisco 49ers safety Eric Reid told Slate. So it really would be no skin off the owners' backs. They would just move the money from those programs to this one. Reid's disgust over the deal led to his resignation from the Players Coalition. Philadelphia Eagles safety Malcolm Jenkins and retired wide receiver Anron Bolden. Reid departed from the group along with the Miami Dolphins safety Michael Thomas, who, like Reid, continues to kneel for the national anthem. Reid says Jenkins and the Players Coalition leadership went rogue in agreeing to a deal that not received the blessing of the group's members. We didn't agree with that, he told Slate, because we weren't trying to cut other worthy programs. Reid speculates that this pressure exerted on Jenkins to accept the deal that came about because of Roger Goodell's contract negotiations. The NFL commissioner, who seeks a lucrative new deal, endorsed criticism that jeopardized the deal from the Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones for his mishandling on the on-field protests. Mm-hmm. Players, Reid speculates, helps Goodell make a deal with the owners. Reid, who then teammate Colin Kaepernick is in refusing to rise for the national anthem in 2016, tells Slate that contrary to the NFL claims, the league did view their much-discussed financial pledge as quid pro quo to the players to stop the pregame sideline demonstrations. When he asked me if I would end the protest in exchange for the donation for the donation and to announce the partnership with the proposal on Thursday, Reid says of Jenkins, I was like, dude, no. So basically what they are, they're taking money from breast cancer and military donations and doing social justice causes. Because you kneel for the national anthem, you might as well just give the finger to military people and give the finger to the breast cancer awareness survivors. And, donate to, diverse charities like, trans for whatever or whatever the hell those people want. Yeah. But this is a big middle finger to the military and breast cancer survivors.
It is, And we also have Marshawn Lynch from the Seattle Seahawks. He was kneeling. He knelt for our anthem, but he stood up for the Mexican national anthem.
Yeah. Well, just like those players in the UK, they knelt for the US anthem and stood for the UK anthem.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I see. The NFL better do damage control between now and Super Bowl, because Super Bowl is huge. A lot of people watch it. I don't see a lot of people. I don't see it going to be.
It's going to be.
I'm not going to watch. Do the predictions. Even though I was right this year for this Super Bowl. I mean, come on. I said it was going to go in overtime. I said it was going to be a tie. It was. It went into overtime, and the Patriots won. But this time, I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, last year was interesting. I wonder how many. I know Papa John's.
They pulled their ads.
And then went back like wimps. But I wonder how. Yeah.
Oh. That's a shame.
And, I know. It disappointed me greatly. But I wonder how much money will different companies be willing to spend on these ads, especially, and we've got, a good month before Super Bowl gets here, and if viewers continue to decline, how much are all these advertisers going to be willing to spend? Because that's one of the biggest parts of the Super Bowl is the commercials and how much the advertisers, spend.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's unfortunate that we have so much of this. I mean, this is just absolute. I mean, the NFL, they're bringing it on themselves. We know this.
Yeah.
They are absolutely bringing this on themselves.
Yep.
I don't feel sorry for any of them.
I don't either.
Don't feel sorry at all.
And don't have enough sense to realize, or they're too, what's the word I'm looking for? Not proud is not the word, but they're too, they think so highly of themselves that
They're entitled.
they think it's all going to just turn out fine.
Mm-hmm.
They think they think they're untouchable.
Yeah.
Maybe that's, but they're not. And if they've not realized that by now, they're more stupid than we thought.
Well, I mean, the NFL is a business, and as I mentioned, they're a corporation. And if they are going to continue to, if they're going to continue to have these business practices as their policy, then they're going to continue to lose business.
Yeah. And plus, again, with the NFL, they're just like the tech companies. There's no competition. They're a monopoly. They if there's anybody that's trying to compete with the NFL, they crush it. So they can't have any more. They can't have any competition.
Right.
I mean, the only thing that's competing with the NFL is college football, but that's not really on the grand scale like the NFL is.
That's true. And it's I don't know. It's just I mean, as I said, the NFL has that what do you call it?
Monopoly.
Yeah, they do. They do have that monopoly. It's just like they're the only game in town. And college football would not be able to
compete.
Yeah. I mean, yes, people do watch college football, but not to the degree that they watch, the NFL or used to watch the NFL.
Yeah.
Again, I have the feeling that the NFL is, they're losing business. I think they have lost business. Just think about how much they make in what do you call it? Merchandise sales, or what they used to make in merchandise sales.
I mean, you have the jerseys, you got cup holders, all that.
Coke can cozies, because everybody's got to have a beer. Got to have a beer.
Yeah. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if merchandise sales are down. Ticket sales are absolutely down because you see that with the stadiums. They're half empty, or are they half full? That's the question. They're half empty, but
and you probably won't see too many NFL stars, endorsing products. We see Joe Montana on the MasterCard commercial, but he's not. I mean, he's an old school
Yeah, the new breed of NFL players. Yeah, they better wait until the NFL takes care of itself before they endorse any products.
Yeah.
And also, what about these outrageous salaries everybody's making? The merchandise quit selling, the tickets quit selling. They're not going to have the money to pay $48 million a year for you to.
Yeah, and that's a great point, Lel. The way I see it is that if the NFL players gets getting slow decrease in pay and say, hey, how come I'm not making 10 million like I did last year? That's the only way that's going to stop it is if the people start slowly decreasing the pay of the players.
Well, they're going to have to if the merchandising and all the rest, the advertising and the ticket sales, all of that decreases to a large extent. They're not going to have the money to pay them.
Yep.
And also here, these people they make so much money a year. They're pamper little crybabies is what they are. What the way they're acting, and they're acting like a bunch of pamper little crybabies now.
Yep.
It's like they're supposedly doing this to fight injustice, but yet
they don't have injustice.
They're not facing any injustice or oppression in their $40 million mansions.
Yeah, and they're like what $5 million cars that they've got.
Yeah,
they got like 10 of those. Come on, you're great. And the audacity is that they have the audacity to preach to the people that's living to paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Just like these Hollywood celebrities, they preach to the people that lives paycheck to paycheck, and they're like, "Well, you gotta do this." I'm like, "Shut the hell up! You don't make what I make, okay? You make way more than I make."
And speaking,
we don't care what you think.
Yeah,
exactly.
What's the old shut up and play, shut up and sing, shut up and act?
Yeah.
Shut up and do your job.
Yeah.
Shut up and do what you get paid to do.
Yep. Exactly.
Speaking of the entertainment industry, I was watching The Punisher last night.
But before you get to that, Shane, speaking of the NFL, this is on a related note with the NFL. Colin Kaepernick won some kind of an award from Sports Illustrated. Oh,
I think it was like Man of the Year or something like that. From like GQ or Sports Illustrated.
GQ gave him an award for Citizen of the Year, but this is something like for his activism. This is some award that Sports Illustrated gave him for his activism.
His activism, oh my God!
And they called it something like the Muhammad Ali Legacy Award or something.
That's an insult to Muhammad Ali right there.
It is. It is.
Terrible insult.
Yep. So,
but I got to get to this. The Punisher. Try not to spoil it for anybody, but it's going to be hard to do. Alert ahead.
I have not seen it yet. I better take my take my headphones off till you're finished. When you finish, Shane, just do like this or something.
Don't spoil it too much. It's just going to be little bits and pieces. I'm not going to spoil it too much. So The Punisher, and great show, but they need to, can it with the political talk. So it's a few episodes, and they get to this gun control activist on there, a gun control senator. Because we got to be hip, we got to be in the end, we got to be of the times. This former Marine who's experiencing former Army guy or Marine or one of them as a white right winger, says that I got to blow up a building because of the establishment and stuff like that. It's just completely nonsense. Could you imagine if a show done that and they had a Muslim character and they blow up the building because of Allah? Could you imagine the backlash they have? But it's okay if a white guy does it, you know, because whiteys are evil. Whiteys are the devil now. But, you know, it's a great show. I just hate it that they had to do a political speech. And it's like a few episodes later in. I rolled my eyes through that. I was like, oh man. And then I think in the beginning they have another Marine or Army guy. You know, he was talking about, you know, being patriotic and stuff like that. And apparently that's all evil now, being, you know, proud of America. But Henry, once you watch it, we'll go in more detail and talk about it.
I wouldn't watch that show anymore, whether I liked it or not.
Well, I mean, Shane and I, we like that kind of stuff.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
You insult me one time too many, you're gone. I don't put up with it, but for so long. Yeah.
Do not watch any, but movies and TV shows now without, you know, a political.
I think somebody doesn't like Shane talking about that show.
Now, can you hear me now?
You're better now, but I mean, you might want to check your connection or something after we finish. Or is it Google?
Right now, it's probably
better now. It's just
we love Google, don't we, guys?
Yeah.
Google, we love you. We love you, Google.
Google's
it's an act. This is just a Google. You can hook me up to your, you know, brain transforming machines and reality safe space. It's okay. How about now? Am I good now?
You're okay. I mean, you were breaking up some, but you're okay now.
Hard to watch anything political commentary sprinkle out through the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just can't get away from it.
And I think that's a major problem is, you know, with a lot of these shows. I mean, as far as I know, The Walking Dead does not get political.
As of right now.
Yeah.
So this is campaign ad has been going around. You know, she's up there saying, you know, vote for me because I'm a woman, and she legitimately says, who can you trust not to show their penis in a professional setting? That would be the candidate who does not have one. So basically, she's using her gender, saying, "Hey, all these men up here is committing sexual assaults against women. I'm a woman. I don't have a penis to show."
What about?
I was thinking to myself, have a penis? Would you flash your boobs to someone? You know,
Lord.
About transsexual people.
Yeah, what about them?
Yeah.
Who want to use the women's bathroom because they have a dress on that day.
Mm-hmm. So now we have a candidate who is using their sexuality.
Yeah,
using their gender.
Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, saying that she chose her simply because she does not have a penis and therefore cannot sexually assault someone, like many male politicians on both sides of the aisle.
See, see, that's the problem. I mean, we have all this now. We have this equality crap, or the left claim there's no equality. The women on the left claim there's no equally. They're not paid equally and all this.
Yeah, and they say they can't sexually harass someone because they're a woman. I mean, it's very, very few, but there's a lot of instances of female sexual assaulters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Co-workers. I mean, I would love to have a guy come out and saying that she sexually assaulted me. Could you imagine they said, "Oh, you're a guy. You would have loved if she would have sexually assaulted her. You deserved it, or something like that, or maybe maybe you sexually assaulted her, and just saying that she sexually assaulted you."
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine the guys that would come out for this? They would get eviscerated. They would get eviscerated.
Well, yeah, I mean, the left would say, well, that person's being misogynist, sexist, and all this stuff. I mean, this was the same crap they said about Hillary. They said if anybody bashed Hillary or said anything about Hillary, they must be sexist or misogynist and all this stuff. They tried to say that Trump was misogynist.
But now a woman could say as easily as a man could, do me or lose your job.
Mm-hmm. Especially a female boss.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of female bosses in the workforce now. A boss go up to a guy and say, "Hey, or you want to get fired?"
Yeah.
Women can be rapists just as easily as men can.
Yeah.
It's happened.
Especially to other females as well. It's not just the males. I mean, females can be sexually assaulted to females.
Mm-hmm.
The same way with guys.
Yep.
True.
Oh, I don't like Shane talking about this.
Why can't people just mind their own damn business? Leave other people alone.
See, we're not seeing those
Men and women.
Mm-hmm.
I must be saying some great stuff tonight, or this would have never happened. Cuts and am I good?
How's your weather there?
It's cold. I got 3 bars on my Wi-Fi.
Oh.
You see what I'm doing? Is that my Wi-Fi? Is that my other place? But I can pick up some of the signal here. That's why I'm against this wall, because that's where the signal is most strong at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Am I good now?
Yeah, just keep talking. I mean, that's about all you can do. Just
yeah. Let's see here.
What else you got?
So Trump light the White House Christmas tree the other day,
mm-hmm.
and he spoke of the baby Jesus and the manger and all that.
Yep.
What a breath of fresh air that is.
Yep.
It really
talks
is.
About God, someone that talks about Jesus, and I mean, they said that Obama said God only once or twice. A breath.
Somebody who talks about God as opposed to thinking they are God.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's what Obama thought, remember?
From the time he was a young man. I remember the kids that went to school with him in grade school and middle school in Hawaii. I talked about how he always acted like he was superior to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yep.
Said he was
a great little black boy.
Said he was a friend.
Is that the first lady? She's an angel.
Yeah. Talking about the picture of Melania?
Yeah, and the little black kid who said that she was an angel,
mm-hmm.
which was so freaking adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
We got some Hillary Clinton news.
Wow.
She's talking about let's bring this up from the caller.
Talking about what? Because you're breaking up again.
Oh yeah.
She's Hillary Clinton is calling out Matt Lauer. That's karma for sexism in politics. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton called NBC's firing of Matt Lauer the overall sexism in politics during a talk Thursday evening. Clinton voiced her disdain for Lauer while promoting her new book, What Happened in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Lauer, who was fired by NBC Tuesday, had voiced previous criticism for the news anchor, who she believed gave Trump more leeway during the NBC's News Commander-in-Chief Forum on the Hill. And she says, every day I believe in more karma. The only way we will get sexism out of the politics is politics, she added. Hour for Fricker and asking her about the email controversy. They were previously grilled about Matt Lauer during a 19. Lauer asked the former First Lady many questions in regarding Monica Lewinsky and her husband's Clinton extramarital affairs. Hillary Clinton is glad that Matt Lauer's out, and not because of the whole sexist thing. It's because, during that Commander-in-Chief forum, I remember that so vividly. Matt Lauer just grilled her on the emails during that forum.
Yeah, she's like, "How dare you grill me? How dare you? I'm Hillary Clinton."
Exactly.
I
think she listed Matt Lauer as one of the reasons why she lost.
Yeah, all the excuses that she made.
The wheel of excuses. Spin it and see who. We've got Bernie Sanders. We've got James Comey, Matt Lauer. Who else?
Oh, the Implorables.
Deplorables.
Yeah, deplorables.
Mm-hmm.
We got some Obama news.
Russia. Oh yeah, Russia.
On the wheel.
Voter fraud by the Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Or voter, maybe not voter fraud, but where the Republicans.
Can you hear me now?
Wouldn't let everybody vote.
Am I good?
If they didn't have ID or whatever. That was,
I think Henry froze up on me. I don't know if Henry's still there. Henry, can you hear me?
I'm still here.
I'm here.
I think it's on your end, Shane, because
it's Google's fault and Yahoo's fault, not Yahoo, but YouTube. But news, and maybe Google will stay safe and let me talk during the Obama news. By old people.
Nope, they're not letting you do it.
Trying to.
Well, yeah, they're not letting you do it. I didn't understand how
How about now?
If you say it real quick, maybe you can get it all out.
Yeah.
Obama says the Democratic Party is run by old people.
Run by old people?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he says at a town hall promoting the Obama Foundation, it's another Clinton foundation, the Democratic Party in the United States. I'm a very proud member, but the truth is that we have a lot of the leadership that's been there since I was a kid, or at least in college. Obama told his gathering that a political party is full of really old people.
Well, that's not news.
Yeah, so Obama, I think this is Obama's way of saying that he's going to take back the Democratic Party and get all the old people out, bring in his people, and revamp it. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, good luck to him.
Well, I got news from Mr. Obama. Yeah. He is
in no position to do that.
No, he's in his 50s. He's 56. So he's not exactly a spring chicken.
Yeah, he is.
How's he gonna?
Compared to like some of the other people.
Well, compared to some of the others, yeah. But well, that's why we've been yelling for term limits for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want term limits when he was in there because everyone was right there with him, doing what he wanted them to do.
Yep, that's true.
So there you go.
Let's see here. Anything else that happened across the wire?
I haven't seen anything, so
I think that's pretty much it. I think we covered everything.
Okay, so
the main aspects. Yeah, let's go to some local news, and hopefully Google will allow me to share some local news. But Lel, you have any local news for us? No, I think she's gone.
Is she
Henry?
gone?
Yeah, I don't see her in a chair.
Yeah,
Henry?
let's see now. Okay, I did have something I was going to bring up. If I could find it, and I just found it. So, okay, I'll wait for it. Oh, it's going slow for some reason.
Ah, see, it's not just me.
Come on.
All right, do we go ahead and do mine first? How yours is loaded?
Yeah, just go ahead and do yours. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got it.
So, 3 Princeton food pantries benefit. Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah, let me do mine real quick. Okay, this is about master gardeners plant magnolia trees in honor of state's bicentennial. Now, anybody who knows anything about the state of Mississippi, that is our state flower. So, and we have a couple of magnolia trees in our yard.
I have one. Or, well, I got a few, but I have one that's prominent.
There's a big one across the street from our house, in front of the other house across over there. Anyway, several Mississippi master gardener groups marked the state's bicentennial by donating and planting magnolia trees in their communities. The tributes are perfect in a state known for its generosity, service to others, and love for the environment, said Gary Jackson, director of the Mississippi State University Extension Service. Jackson said that as Mississippi approaches the 200th anniversary of its statehood on December 10th, master gardeners around the state are planting the state tree in parks and other green spaces. Mississippi Master Gardeners are a special group of volunteer educators and community servants. After receiving 40 hours of training from the MSU Extension Service to obtain master status, they donate 40 hours of community service annually. Laura Giacaglia, Italian name, Bolivar County Coordinator for Extension, said the volunteer service aspect is key to the program's success. We have about 25 active master gardeners volunteer in projects in downtown Cleveland at the airport, courthouse, extension office, city hall, library, animal shelter, and city parks, said Giacaglia. In Cleveland, bicentennial tree planting effort arrived at the same time the City Beautification Commission wanted to honor the master gardeners and the Mississippi Homemaker Volunteers, another of Extension's volunteer groups. Therefore, 2 magnolias were planted at the entrance to the city's bike trail. The city realized the value of volunteers and the knowledge master gardeners bring to a project, including a selection of low-maintenance plants, and the value of their service hours to complete and maintain a project, she said. Master gardeners are motivated not just by their love for plants, but also by their love for their communities. The Lee County Master Gardeners also made time to plant the magnolia, As is often the case, they made the activity into an educational opportunity. Dale Smith, a past Mississippi Master Gardener of the Year, quizzed those gathered for the event about how the planting should be done and why various practices such as loosening roots, soil placement, and mulch were important. Everything is a teachable moment for this group, said Susan McGulkin, Extension Program Associate and Volunteer Coordinator in Lee County. Even when they are doing service hours, leaders will help others understand good horticultural practices. McGulkin said the Lee County group is involved in a wide variety of service projects. There's something for everyone, said McGulkin. Some participants really enjoy getting in the dirt, and others assist with special events and technology needs. Tupelo's Mayor Jason Shelton was also on hand for the tree planting and thanked the Master Gardeners for this service and others around the city. We lost a lot of trees in the 2014 tornado and are still trying to recover, said Mayor Shelton. We take pride in replanting our tree canopy and beautifying Tupelo. This is the perfect way to celebrate the bicentennial of the great state of Mississippi. So that's a little something related to our bicentennial. And I mean, I think it's a great idea because that is our state flower. And I think, you know, it's pretty awesome that
very cool.
That this is happening right around the, you know, this is happening to celebrate our 200th anniversary and to, you know, you teach kids a lot about horticulture and, you know, let kids plant these trees also.
Giving back.
Absolutely.
Giving back, yep. Exactly. There you go.
That's good. That's very
yeah.
Do you have anything for us, Lyle?
Not really. Nothing right. I can come up with. Nah.
All right. Sounds like all right. But speaking of giving back, that's a great transition. 3 Princeton food pantries benefit from 20 days of giving. 3 food shelters in Princeton were given thousands of dollars in supplies thanks to our 20 Days of Giving campaign. People visiting Grant's Supermarket on Main Street purchased enough gift bags to fill up 6 pallets. The bounty was split between the Princeton Salvation Army and Operation Compassion. We appreciate them, and we appreciate what they give to us and do for the church under the grace of the Lord above, said Billy O'Mara with Operation Compassion. Meanwhile, over at Grant's at the Crossroads, more than 5,000 in groceries went to Tender Mercies. They are so generous, and we appreciate their support, all their support. They just need help. Sometimes we just need a little extra hand, said Margaret Mitchell with Tender Mercies Ministries. Overall, customers at participating Grant's food stores purchased more than $60,000 in food, a new record. Patrons at participating Save-A-Lot stores also bought a record number of gift bags this year. So little giving back to the people that can't afford a meal, which is great.
And I think that's especially important at this time of the year. Of course, it's important at any time of the year.
Yes, it is, but I'll add something to this now. You both had similar type of stories. With Christmas coming and people do want to donate and help others, please donate locally. To your local churches, your local charities, your local animal shelters. It's okay to give to the big companies now. St. Jude's and places like that, they really do a lot with the money you give. Some places don't. And if you're not sure, donate locally to your local food bank, your local humane society, your local churches that help people in need, and grow your community.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And you know, if you see the Salvation Army out in front of your Walmart, definitely, you know, drop a little bit of money in their bucket.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that is I never have cash anymore.
They take change. They take change like quarters and dimes and stuff.
Yeah, they do take change. So
I know, but I don't even have that. And I go in Walmart, I've got a card in my pocket. Now, and I do try to, you know, maybe, you know, get cash back on occasion, but and hit them on the way out. But nobody carries much cash anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true. I mean, you're right. They don't. Still, I mean, if you can, I mean, whatever you can.
Well, I agree. If you can,
yeah.
I agree. I agree, definitely agree. Okay. Is that all we got, boys?
Well, I got something through the wire. It's a little kind of disgusting. If you want me to do it, I'll take a poll. How about it? You want to hear something disgusting?
Well, I mean,
going once, going twice. All right, we're going to hear it. We're going to hear it. We're going to hear it. All right, so this is from DML News. Homeowner outrage after discovering Amazon delivery drivers dirty stunt in driveway. There's a video too. I won't show the video.
Oh no.
Water. Amazon is in hot water with one customer in Sacramento, California. It gets even worse. After his home surveillance camera caught a woman who was delivering an Amazon package going to the bathroom in the street in front of his home.
Maybe
Nimni Batista told Fox News that he came home on Tuesday to find what he thought was a pile of dog poop in the street. In the street at the end of the driveway.
Okay. Say no more. I think we get the point.
So he checked his security camera footage and found out that it wasn't dog poop.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It gets no worse from here. But the very next day, he had another package from Amazon delivered. But the camera caught the Amazon driver throwing the package out 20 yards out where it landed into a rose bed.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. No.
I think. Now, was this an actual Amazon driver?
Yeah, because he called Amazon to tow him and clean it up. A supervisor showed up about 5 hours later, but bought nothing to clean the mess up. Says he didn't bring any gloves, nothing. He grabbed a plastic bag to scoop it up, and I told him he couldn't put it in the trash can. I didn't want it stinking in my trash can. Yeah. All right. I think let's just end it on that note. We're gonna have that.
What a crappy way to end it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
That was a crappy. Yeah, Henry. It was crappy. So crappy. All right. Let's go ahead and end this on a crappy note, Henry. That was it for the 1st of December. Man, Christmas is here. 25 days. 25, 24 maybe. 24. 24 days to Christmas.
Yep, 24 days.
Oh, man. So, be here next week, the 8th. But if you can't wait until next week, tomorrow night, the Webcasting Dead, episode 6, I believe. Episode, 6.
It is episode 6. Mm-hmm.
What was the title of that?
The King, the Widow, and Rick.
And Rick, yeah. Yeah, so we'll be discussing episode 6 of The Walking Dead, The King, the Widow, and Rick. I thought it was a good episode. Can't wait to discuss it. Can't wait to discuss it tomorrow night on the Webcasting Dead at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll be back next week with Not Mainstream, and hopefully it won't be a crappy Not Mainstream.
Oh my Lord. That's just
what does Melissa always say? Oh, Malanta?
Yeah, oh, Malanta. Yeah. I've heard people say that.
Then for yeah, you know what I'm going to do for the 22nd and the 29th, there will not be a show because it's Christmas. That whole week is Christmas. I'm going to celebrate it with family and friends, and I want you guys to. I'm not going to be Ebenezer Scrooge and make you guys come on Christmas on the Christmas week.
What day is Christmas on this year?
It's on
On a Monday. Ooh, ew.
Monday.
Christmas on a Monday?
Yep.
Ew.
It is on a Monday.
Ew. That's horrible.
Oh, well.
But yeah, the 22nd and 29th, we won't have a show. But on the 15th, we'll do like a year-end special and discuss, the year in Trump and discuss all his accomplishments and discuss what happened in this year and celebrate, the passing of 2017 and ringing in 2018.
It's gonna be,
man,
it's gonna be.
It's gonna be cray-cray. It's gonna be lit. Do kids still say that? It's gonna be lit. And it's gonna be cray-cray.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be hip. We gotta be hip. All right. On that note, let's go ahead and end this. Good night, everybody. See you here next week. But see you tomorrow night on the Webcasting Dead. Good night, everybody. God bless America. And God bless President Trump. And Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
That's
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.